Okay, you white people out there who are sitting there saying MLK would have never approved of this. MLK would have never put up with this. One, how do you know what he would have put up with? Now, as far as the looting, as far as the burning, as far as the vandalism and stuff like that, the violence, no, he wouldn't have approved of it. As far as the protesting goes, just like in Selma, just like all over this nation, he would have been standing arm in arm with each and every one of these protesters. He would have been holding his arm up and starting the chant of Black Lives Matter. He would have been starting the chant, no justice, no peace. He would have been hollering for the justice of these people. So don't be telling black people what MLK would have accepted and what he wouldn't have. He would have been disappointed, granted, in the looters, in the people who vandalize things, the violence. He would have been disappointed in it, but he would have understood it too. He wouldn't have thought it was right, but he would have understood it. He would have spoke out against it, but he would have understood it. In fact, he did speak against it and still understood it. Now you're out there trying to come up with everything you possibly can to justify, or to make less these crimes against the LGBTQ people. You want to justify it. You want to lessen what it really is. You want to put it on the back burner. MLK was out there fighting to keep it on the front burner. That's why some white man killed him. Because he couldn't stand the thought of being forced to treat not only his wife with respect and dignity, but a black man, a Native American man, an Asian man, a Jewish man, and even a gay man, or someone of the LGBTQ community with respect. Unless, of course, it was a couple of lesbians. They're all for that. Oh my God, don't give us any gay men. But come on, baby, let's watch some lesbians. That is so sexy. And that is so hypocritical. White man thinks people of other colors and LGBTQ people are just fine, so long as they are serving their needs, their pleasure, their wants, and handing them their plate at some restaurant where they don't have to sit across from a black man or anybody else but those that look like them and worship the same religion, and having that person say, "Here you go, sir. How's your dinner, sir? Yes, massa." And I'm not saying it's all white people that are doing it. There's a fair many of you out there. And you make me sick. You make me sick. An LGBTQ person didn't learn to be gay, but you learned to hate. A black man didn't learn to have black skin, but you learned to hate. A Native American person didn't learn to be Native American, but you learned to hate. An Asian person didn't learn to be Asian, but you learned to hate. A Jewish person didn't learn to be Jewish, but you learned to hate. You tout about your Christianity and walk around in your pious attitude, but you never listened to Jesus' message, and you learned to hate. And then you justify it all. And then you wonder why we get angry. Why is it the Native American man isn't angry with the white man? Do you think maybe they have a right to be? Why is it the black man is angry with the white man? Do you think maybe they have a right to be? Why is the Christian, the LGBTQ man angry with the Christian man? Do you think maybe, just maybe, they have a right to be? Why is it the Jewish man is angry with the white man? Do you think maybe they have a right to be? And look at how many of us there are out here now. Maybe you better stop and think and ask yourself why these groups haven't band together and treated you the way you treated them and the way you still want to treat them. You know why they don't? Because they are better than you on any day of the week, including the Latino people. Sorry, people, for leaving you out. I didn't mean to. But there's so many people out there that these white people want to wipe out unless they're serving them, that it's not even funny. You learn to hate. We were born who we are. So who is it that really needs to change and sit back and shut up